Welcome back to the Fanboy Cantina. In this video, we're talking about the latest G.I. Joe classified reveals as announced at Hasbro Pulse Fan First Friday on June 4th of 2021. The first action figure revealed was Heavy Artillery Roadblock. And yeah, it's yet another version of Roadblock, but I think it's the best version that they've come out with. This one is inspired by the first edition, the very first release of Roadblock in the Real American Hero line, and it seems like Hasbro is listening to us a little bit in that, I've complained before about the space guns, the Nerf guns with the G.I. Joe classified line. This one, this Vulcan cannon looks wonderful, really cool. He comes with a sidearm that's authentic looking. It's, I think, the best version of Roadblock yet. The ammo drum on the Gatling gun is removable, so you can slide that on and off. There's also a helmet, and that is also removable. It's interesting that they've called this thing Heavy Artillery Roadblock, as opposed to, they could have introduced Heavy Duty, an existing character, and as I understand it, is the cousin of Roadblock. But I get it. Had they gone that route, we wouldn't have this V1 version of Roadblock from the Real American Hero line. So I do like it quite a bit. It is an Amazon exclusive, so that sucks, and it's already showing as being sold out. And look at that, they hadn't even updated the name on the Amazon listing. It is also listed on the Hasbro Pulse site, but of course it's sold out there too. Hey, if you're liking this video, do me a favor and hit the like down below, and better yet, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you here at the Fanboy Cantina. Next we have Snake Eyes and Timber Alpha Commandos. This two-figure set looks fantastic. It includes kind of that version 1 take, right, of Snake Eyes, the original Snake Eyes. Notice that it comes with an Uzi. Notice with the other rifle that's included, it has a little bit of a barrel there and a removable clip. So a lot of improvements to this line. But the Timber action figure is really the standout. There's so much articulation in the body and the torso and the legs, in the feet. There's an exchangeable head. They could have just gone with a statue to represent Timber, but they really put a lot of articulation into that action figure. I think it's great. One could criticize, right? This is yet another version of Snake Eyes. G.I. Joe Classified has not been around that long. But as a fan of the Real American Hero line from the very beginning, I like this version of Snake Eyes quite a bit. At the time of this video, the pre-orders are not yet live for Snake Eyes and Timber. However, according to IGN, at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on June 10th, pre-orders should go live and the action figure will hit shelves on June 1st. They also announced that there will be a reissue of certain Cobra Island action figures happening at Target, and that includes Beachhead, Roadblock, Cobra Trooper, and Baroness with Cobra coils. So hopefully good news. Hopefully they figured out the production and we'll have more of these action figures available. Again, that's going to happen later on in the summer of 2021. Continuing within Cobra Island, they next covered Major Blood. This was a little bit odd in the live stream since this figure is already available at Target. It's not one of my favorite characters in the Real American Hero line, but I think in G.I. Joe Classified they did a good representation of the character. It's got that robotic arm, and with the blaster you can take the missiles from the backpack and put it at the end there. So that is kind of cool. And it should be available at Target, though obviously really hard to find. It's also listed at Hasbro Pulse, but of course it's sold out there too. Next, as part of Cobra Island, it's Barbecue, the G.I. Joe Fireman. This was not one of my favorite action figures either as part of the Real American Hero line, but they did a good representation here with G.I. Joe Classified, very close to that original action figure. A lot of details on the backpack and in the accessories. There's holsters for that axe as well as for the flame retardant shooter thing. Yeah, the figure looks very good. Probably one that I'm going to pass on, but it's a good looking action figure. For me, this was the highlight of the live stream. It's Breaker with the Ram Cycle. G.I. Joe needs to have vehicles, and they've done a great job in updating the Ram Cycle. A lot of nice details. Even, you may remember the stickers from the original one. In this case, it looks like it's printed on, but they've represented some of those designs here. You know, I think it's a really nice looking piece. That black piece on the front of the motorcycle, that's actually a translucent black, so you can see through it a little bit. And that machine gun is removable from the sidecar, which is super cool. As for Breaker, I think the Breaker action figure looks great. It's a G.I. Joe classified take on the V1 Real American Hero Breaker action figure. I'm not a big fan of the very large ammo packs on the front, but it's fine. And, you know, they incorporated those suspenders or the webbing, you know, from the Real American Hero action figure. I think there's a lot to like here. And, you know, this next shot where he's holding the machine gun, that looks really awesome. I think what we might consider with this figure, it's actually potentially an army builder, right? So you can swap out the heads and then you could have like a green shirt army that way. Barbecue and Breaker have not yet gone up for pre-order, and they didn't say when that was going to happen. Instead, encouraging folks to follow G.I. Joe on social media for the latest news and information on when it will be available for pre-order. Well, that did it for the G.I. Joe classified reveals. They also covered some other things like these die-cast G.I. Joe pieces, along with a remote control Vamp Mark II. So that's kind of cool. And it's clearly a toy, but it looks like it's fun. It looks like it's close to the G.I. Joe classified scale. You know, based on this picture, I don't think you're going to be able to carve it and be able to insert an action figure, but it's nice to look at. So post in the comments, what do you think? What do you think of these G.I. Joe classified reveals? Are they action figures that you're going to want to add to your collection? As always, thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Fanboy Cantina.